Aloha everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a specific characteristic that Jesus Christ had that helped him fulfill his divine mission here on earth. I draw your attention to this picture here, which is him washing his apostles' feet. I feel like this is not the first picture that will come up if you search Jesus Christ on Google. It's normally him praying in Gethsemane, or him descending from heaven, or him being nailed on the cross, which is a great way to show Jesus Christ. But the pictures that you'll see in my slides today is how I see him, and are pictures of him showing his meekness and humility, which is what I'm going to be focusing my presentation on today. I love the scripture from Luke chapter 22, verse 42. He says, "Not my will, but thine be done." And he actually says this all throughout the scriptures. And I love that he reminds himself of that he has a mission to be done. And I also love this topic because this is not something that's, humility and meekness is not something that is on the top of the list for most people. And this is something that took me a while to understand growing up in the gospel as well. And so I'm going to be talking about the significance of meekness and humility, the characters of Jesus Christ, and examples in his life that show that, and also why it's something that we need as leaders as well. So to me, meekness and humility are essential qualities that enable Jesus Christ to fulfill his divine purpose in life and demonstrate his leadership. So let's talk about the different meanings of meekness and humility. So the first one to me, being meek and humble means being teachable and patient under suffering. I'm a tour guide at the PCC, and we always talk about how the islanders cook, which is they use an underground oven. And to be able to retain the heat for many hours to cook the meat that they have, they need specific rocks that can retain heat. And so we talk about the two different rocks that you will normally find in an island, which are river rocks here to our left, and the picture on the right are lava rocks. Now, even on the outside, without talking about it in a scientific way, you can see that the river rocks are shiny, the lava rocks are porous, and the lava rocks, you can use them for cooking. The river rocks you can't, because it'll burst under too much pressure and heat. And so I feel like we should be like the lava rocks. We should be porous. We should be able to obtain information and apply it in our lives. And we should also not just burst because we are suffering. And that goes along with the second definition, which is meekness and humility. You can see it in our temperament. So Jesus Christ, I can see that he is calm, he is docile, tolerant, and submissive. I love this picture. I love that he can be around anyone of any age, that he can listen to anyone, and that he can make anyone follow him. And that's because I think we feel peace around Jesus Christ. And the third one that actually it took me a while to really understand is this has been said in a couple of scriptures that God is no respecter of persons. And as a young child, I would always ask my parents, like, why is Jesus Christ not respecting us as people? I thought that's what it had meant. But throughout my years of learning about this phrase right here, I know now that it means that to him, everyone has an opportunity. Everyone can receive the blessings. And it's very contrary to our culture. That's why I placed this picture here. As you can see, this is a Caucasian man surrounded by Filipino children. And in real life, it wouldn't just be children. It would be everyone in the community welcoming this man, whether or not he is someone worthy of a welcoming. So back home, as long as you are deemed to be of someone that has status or wealth, you are to be respected more than other people. That's just how it is back home. And so being meek and humble, just like Jesus Christ, is knowing that everyone gets to have the same opportunity and we should have the same outlook on them. And I'm glad that I had learned this at a very young age. And so this scripture I wanted to place by itself on a singular slide. It says, "He riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poureth water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded." I think great leaders are meek in this way, that he is meek enough to be able to serve them and give an example to them of what meekness is, not just by words, but by action as well. A lot of people think being meek is being weak. This is a quote by Elder David A. Bednar. He said, "Meekness is strong, not weak. It is active, not passive, courageous, not timid, restrained, not excessive, modest, not self-aggrandizing, and gracious, not brash." And so I read this talk about meekness versus weakness and how we really should see what meekness is. And there are 8 different things that I saw from there. Meekness means having self control, it's being teachable, being bold, being forgiving, having the strength of character to be able to apologize if needed, being confident, serving others, and also having the spirit. And all of those 8 things that I found about meekness, I definitely see in Jesus Christ's life. Some of the examples are his birth, his upbringing. This humble circumstance just really shows that he has gone through what we had gone through as well. Second is his interactions with certain individuals, and there's a lot of stories with him serving and healing and providing miracles for other people, and obviously him teaching about servanthood as well and humility. He teaches a lot and serves a lot in his ministry, and I think that's what we should emulate. I think meekness is very important because if you look at this picture here, it allows people to be calm around you. It allows people to follow you, and people are comfortable being led by you, and that's what meekness is all about. So thank you for listening to my presentation.